Chevron's footsteps in Indonesia began when Standard Oil Company of California sent an expedition to Sumatra in 1924 with only an idea of the possibilities that awaited them in this remote location. Over time, not only did the company itself change and grow, but so did the future of Sumatra and its energy operations with the discovery of major oil reserves. This tremendous journey started 85 years ago, and with the development of the land, people, and the advancements in technology, Chevron and the government of Indonesia are now celebrating the amazing achievement of 11 billion barrels of cumulative oil production from the Duri, Minas, Burkasap, and other areas of operations in Sumatra. In 1924, when the Geological Survey team arrived in Sumatra, there were no roads or paths for them to use to even begin their search for oil. The absence of these basic infrastructures presented challenges to the team that had to be addressed in order for a hope of a prosperous oil production to become a reality. It took precisely 2 decades before the first crude oil was discovered at the infamous Minas No. 1 well. In 1936, SoCal and Texaco united to establish Caltex. Under the new direction among the jungle setting of Serbana, an exploratory rig was erected, and after 3 years, gas was found in the area, which indicated that hydrocarbon deposits did exist in Rantau Bais. Over the next couple of years, the team continued to explore and strive to advance their operations and their technology in the jungle of Sumatra. In 1941, the Duri field was discovered, and the first reserve of black gold was unearthed. This field is the second largest oil reserve in Southeast Asia, after the Minas field. During a 20-year time span, through the 1950s to the 1970s, Caltex continued to grow the infrastructure in the Duri operations. In 1958, a 36-inch diameter pipeline was completed that allowed the transportation of oil to the port of Dumai for sales. Other advances included installing a central gas turbine, which helped to generate power for the operations in surrounding villages, and the building of roads to and from the operation, which lead to the discovery of other fields in the region. Today, the Duri field is the site of the world's largest enhanced recovery steam flood operation. In 1944, the Minas field was discovered after company explorers had placed a rig at the outbreak of World War II. This gigantic oil field was home to the biggest reserve ever found in Southeast Asia. The old-fashioned method of counter-flush system was used to discover this oil reservoir. After Indonesia won its struggle for independence in 1945, the production of oil began in this field and was followed by the first shipment in the same year. The first exported oil production came from Minas Field on April 20, 1952, when Minister Samanan Suryomanoto, on behalf of the government of Indonesia, officially declared it so. 2 years after the first exported oil came out of the Minas field, Duri operations started production. This was the oldest and most outstanding reserve, and has historically contributed significantly to the national oil production. Over time, major investments were made to the development of infrastructure in Sumatra. With the road construction and pipeline systems being developed and installed, networking among the major fields became possible in 1963. These fields included Bangko, Burkasap, Permatan, Patani, Kota Batak, and many more. Also in this year, Caltex became PT Caltex, Pacific Indonesia, CPI. These fields have significantly contributed to the total production of CPI's oil production. Production of oil peaked for CPI in May of 1973, when 1 million barrels of oil were being produced per day throughout their operations. President Suharto dedicated the Duri steam flood project on March 3, 1990. With the development and advancement of technology, steam flood allowed an increase of oil production from the Duri operations. This technology has made its home in the Duri fields and is one of the world's most advanced steam flood systems and applications since the 1980s. Currently, the development of the North Duri field is one of the major projects of CPI. In 1997, Minas field reached 4 billion barrels of cumulative oil production. By keeping health, environment, and safety in mind, CPI has operated these fields for over 60 years and can look forward to many more years of operation with their outstanding safety record as a springboard into the future. In addition to the people and great safety record, technology has greatly advanced, so much so that in 1970, they were able to use water injection technology in the field, which attributed to the success of producing 4 billion barrels of oil. Today, Chevron, through PT Chevron Pacific Indonesia, has been operating in Indonesia for 85 years. Chevron remains committed to continuing its long-established relationship with the government, communities, and people of Indonesia to efficiently develop and produce hydrocarbons from all the PSCs and geothermal operations they operate. Day to day, Chevron's operations and capital investments are making a sizable impact on the Indonesian economy. Chevron is extending the producing life of some of the oldest oil fields in Sumatra. With their technology advancements, such as steam flooding that have enabled them to increase the value of existing resources, renewable resource use for geothermal energy, and the latest surfactant injection of oil fields, Chevron continues to be one of the world's leaders in energy solutions. The country and its people have benefited from the presence and partnership of Chevron in Indonesia. They are committed to contributing to the social and economic development of the communities in which they operate. Chevron believes that doing so is fundamental to the broader success they seek to achieve as a business. Most of their community initiatives and investments are focused on building human and institutional capacity in ways that help stimulate economic growth and enable communities to prosper. Since the 1950s, Chevron has initiated community development projects for the surrounding communities. Some of the basic infrastructures, such as schools, bridges, hospitals, roads, and local business development programs, are just a snapshot of all that has been accomplished in this region. In 1957, the first state senior high school was opened in Pekanbaru. It is the most prestigious school in the area, and whose alumni have gone on to work for Chevron, as well as Indonesia's national public and government offices, and with over 12,000 graduated students up to recent days. In addition to building schools and training centers, Chevron has also provided supplies and educational assistance in the form of scholarships and tuition for more than 200 university graduates. Chevron also provides scholarships for the Sakai community, ranging from elementary school, junior high, senior high, and higher education. Today, over 1,000 Sakai students have received full scholarships as their initial steps to reach their highest dreams. Also, in 2001, the Polytechnic Caltex Real that won national and international recognition has graduated 450 students with high degrees of skills. Graduates are now spread out in various leading national and multinational companies. CPI continues to offer training to the local people and income generation opportunities. CPI strives for excellence in health and safety and opts for programs and operations that will be the most sustainable for the region with the challenging weather and geographical conditions of the area. In 1977, Chevron built the Siak Bridge 1, which played an important role in the economic development of Riau Province. It has become a major distribution connection from the east coast to the west coast of Sumatra. All of these programs benefit the growth and prosperity of Indonesia and its people. The amazing milestone of reaching 11 billion barrels of cumulative oil production is a testament to the hard work, commitment to safety and the environment, and perseverance of Chevron, the Indonesian government, and the dedicated 5,000-plus employees and 20,000-plus business partners who are the driving force behind this amazing achievement.